Yellow! So today I'm gonna be doing my first comic review. So this video is comic review numero uno. And I will be reviewing 4 graphic novels. Well, 3 graphic novels and a manga, but at the end of the day it's all graphic novel. So, and in this first video I will be reviewing the following comics. Voila! So there is all of these. I will be starting with Giant Days, written by John Allison, illustrated by Lisa Tryman, and colors by Whitney Koger, and the cover is also done by Lisa Tryman. And this is just a normal real life uni comic, so it's no superheroes or any of that stuff that I usually read in comics. But I've seen people reading this at booktubers and I really wanted to check it out, so I picked this up at work and yeah, I read it obviously. And this follows 3 girls who just started university about 4 weeks ago, and they instantly became friends and they just deal with everyday life of sexuality, of friendships and families and relationships and just the normal things that everyone, all of us, is dealing with on a daily life, on a daily basis. And for example, there's this one girl who finds out that she might like girls, and there's this guy who really obviously, for the reader, really obviously likes one of the 3 girls. And yeah, it's just them dealing with what life throws at them. The art is really funny and cute. It's like, style is kind of, you know, very comedic, very funny, like that. So yeah, you follow these 3 girls basically. So they're 3 total different characters, and yeah, that's basically what it is. On the back it says, Susan, Esther and Daisy started at university 3 weeks ago, and became fast friends. Now away from home for the first time, all 3 want to reinvent themselves. But in the face of hand-wringing boys, personal experimentation, influenza, mystery mold, new Calvinism, and the willful unwanted intrusion of academia, they may be lucky just to make it to spring alive. Going off to university is always a time of change and growth, but for Esther, Susan and Daisy, things are about to get a little weird. So yeah, that summary pretty much sums it up, what this volume is about. And yeah, definitely can't wait to pick up volume 2, but yeah, definitely can't wait to read the second volume. I like that it's just more real life and normal than all the other stuff I read, so for a change that is always good. But yeah, definitely check this out if you like university, real life, drama, relationships and all the jazz of real life. But yeah, definitely check it out. I would really recommend it if you like that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's for Giant Days. Then the next graphic novel I read is Grayson Volume 1, Agents of Spiral, by Tim Seeley, Tom King, Mikkel Janin, Stephen Mooney and Jeremy Cox. For everyone who doesn't know, Grayson is Robin aka Nightwing, and I was pretty stoked for this because Nightwing is one of my favorite characters in the DC verse. I'm not that big on DC, I prefer Marvel, but I do like me some DC stuff, and Dick Grayson is definitely one of my favorite characters, so naturally I had to pick it up. And it was great. I really liked it. Basically this follows up Forever Evil, I think. I've not read it, but that's what I heard. And in Forever Evil, Nightwing dies, which is not a spoiler if you read this, because it actually says it on the back that he's presumed dead, so I'm not spoiling you for that part. Unless you wanted to read Forever Evil, I just spoiled you. I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, you don't really need to have read any of the other comics, as in like Batman, Robin, Nightwings, and everything where Dick Grayson is a part of, to enjoy this one. Because in the beginning of the comic you get like a short summary of his life when he started off in the circus, and when he got taken in by Batman because his parents got killed, and when he becomes Robin and Nightwing, and all that stuff is explained in the first few pages, so you really don't have to read everything else to enjoy this, because I haven't read everything. So basically this follows Dick Grayson working for Batman as a spy to go into Spiral, the organization. So he signs up for Spiral as an agent, he gets taken in, but they don't know that he is working for Batman and is in there to seek out information for Batman. So they stay in contact with like nicknames and all that stuff. So yeah, so that just follows him getting into the organization of Spiral, and just him doing the things he has to do in that, or as an agent in there, doing the spies, basically double agent, kind of a James Bond. So yeah, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to reveal all what happens in here. But if you like DC, if you like Nightwing, Dick Grayson, if you like spy stuff like James Bond, you'd like this. I definitely can't wait for volume 2. I have it saved at work. I will buy it as soon as possible, probably in the middle of next month, because I am not gonna be here for 2 weeks, so it has to wait. But I definitely can't wait to continue this. So yeah, if you like it, pick it up and read it. It's great. Just as I did with Giant Days, I'm gonna read the back of the comic to let you know the short synopsis of this. Unmasked, targeted and presumed dead, Dick Grayson's world has been turned upside down. No longer Nightwing, the former boy wonder, is now a man who doesn't exist, which makes him the perfect double agent. Dick will have to leave behind the black and white world of superheroes to infiltrate the shadowy inner workings of the mysterious spy agency known as Spiral. Without a costume to hide behind, the would-be 007 must find the answer to one important question. Just who is Dick Grayson? So that already sounds very promising, so check it out. Then the next thing I read, which I said in the book haul, April book haul, that I bought my very first manga, and that is Tokyo Ghoul Volume 1 by Sui Ishida. And I picked that one up because a lot of people were reading it, and it was a big massive hype at work as well. Everyone wanted this, so we had to like order it in all over again and again and again. And I didn't want to read it at first, but then I saw quite a few booktubers reading it as well and saying it's pretty good, so I was like, why not? And here I am, and I've read it and I love it. Definitely gonna be reading the rest. I know at work we have up till volume 5, so that gives me a little bit of things to read as soon as possible. So, but anyway, this follows a boy named Ken, who is a normal boy going to school with his friends, and he goes on a date. Again, normal boy, normal school, and he goes on a date with a presumably normal girl. But it turns out that girl is a ghoul. So she fights him, she bites him, all that jazz as always. And she dies, and he almost dies. He goes to the hospital, he gets a transplant. Organ transplant from the girl, which you can guess, voila, he has organs of a ghoul, which changes him on the inside and make him half ghoul, half human. And as always, people where stuff like that happens, whether it's a werewolf, vampire, whatever, you have to get used to it. So that's what he's dealing with, and that's what this first volume is about. It's him kind of being between worlds of ghouls and humans, and he's in the middle because he's half human still and half ghoul, and he doesn't know where to go, where to belong, what to do. He is craving meat as a ghoul, obviously, and his taste buds change when he's eating normal food. All the normal food he's eating at school or at home or whatever, it tastes bad to him. So he stops eating because he doesn't want to eat human flesh as ghouls do, because he refuses to do it, but at the same time all the human food tastes foul to him, so he's not really sure what to do. So he's just there like, I'm just gonna drink water, but obviously that doesn't help for that long, so he has to find things that quite taste okay to him. And it's just him dealing with all of this, and all the ghouls technically don't really like him because obviously they eat humans and he's half human, so he doesn't really belong to them, or they say he doesn't. But at the same time he doesn't belong into the human world anymore because he wants to eat them. He does have the cravings, but he's trying to fight them. And yeah, that's basically what this first volume is about. Him just finding himself, finding his way, finding a way to survive, figuring out what to do, where he can go, where he belongs. And that's basically what this is. On the back it says, Shy Ken Konecki is thrilled to go on a date with the beautiful Rize, whatever. I don't know how to spell her name. I'm terrible with words and names. But it turns out that she's only interested in his body. In eating it, that is. When a morally dubious rescue transforms him into the first half-human, half-ghoul hybrid, Ken must survive Ghoul Thurf Wars, learn more about ghoul society, and master his new powers. So, yes, my first manga. Love it. We'll definitely continue this series, and you should read it too if you like mangas and supernatural stuff. Check it out! And then last but not least, I have read Civil War, the old one, the one where the movie is based on, kind of. So it is a reread from me. I already read this last summer, but because I'm going to see the movie next week, I'm so excited. I wanted to read this. Plus I got the follow-up, aka Death of Captain America. It should be coming today, according to the email. And I will be reading Fallen Son, Captain America, and Death of Captain America before I go see the movie. So I can compare. Even though I know it's not gonna be the same as this, but it is based on. But I still want to read it. So I will be reading the death of my favorite Marvel character, and I will cry. And if they do this in the movie, I will cry even more. So I hope they better not do this. You hear me, Marvel? You better not do this. But yeah, anyway. So the short story of this is that there's a group of new warriors, or they're called the New Warriors, and they fight against some super villains for a TV show. Because everything today is about reality TV, obviously. But it got out of hands. As in, one of them super villains causes a massive explosion, and with that he kills not only some of the superheroes or some of the supervillains, but also 60 children from a nearby elementary school and about 600 other people from the surrounded area, which obviously causes an uprising in the civil world. The normal civilization doesn't feel safe anymore and blames all the superheroes for what had happened, even though it was the New Warriors and a stupid show that did all this. But it was like an awakening call for the civilization, and they wanted to make a change. So there is the two groups. One group, aka Tony's group, or becoming Tony's group, is legalization registration. So you are a superhero, you go there, you get checked, background checked, everything, you sign up and you work for them as an official superhero. And you work for S.H.I.E.L.D. as a superhero. So you're signed and you're officially getting assigned to jobs. But people like Captain America do not like this. They do not want to be puppets to some people and work for them instead of saving the world on their own, as they always did. And it's kind of really complicated because I'm not really sure what they try to do. I mean, I know about the registration and everything, but I can see kind of both sides. I understand both sides. Yeah, that whole comic is just them fighting, trying to reason with their reasons. Tony is trying to get Captain America over to his side, trying to get everyone over to his side, and if you do not want to register yourself, you're going to prison. So Captain America is going to hide. So he goes underground and he has his followers. And at some point everything goes out of hand and people question their sides they're on and all of that. Yeah, if you want to see Civil War and you want to read the comic first, you gotta read this. But it's only gonna be loosely based on this because, first of all, there is a ton of superheroes in here that won't be in the movie because they don't have the rights to some of them, aka X-Men, Fantastic Four. Won't be in a movie, then they play a big role in here, like Wolverine, and especially the Fantastic Four play a massive role in this whole thing. And there's a lot of in here. Daredevil is in here, Punisher's in here, the Avengers are in here, the X-Men, Fantastic Four, Luke Cage, I mean basically Hell's Kitchen's in here. and Doctor Strange, and I don't even know, like almost everyone. But funny enough is a lot from the movie aren't in here. Like Hawkeye, for example, is not in here, but Kate Bishop is in here because the Young Avengers are a part of this. So Kate Bishop naturally is in here as Hawkeye and not Clint Barton, who is in the movie. Same with Wanda, is not in here. Vision's only in here briefly, Black Widow's only in here briefly. Bucky's only in here briefly, apparently, according to Wikipedia. Because I actually had to go check a page where they tell me what people are in here to figure out who I'm missing, because some of them never get called out, like named, so I don't even know who they are, because I'm not that great. But yes, I have read something about the film that is different to the book, and it says that Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige explained that since superheroes' secret identities do not exist in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the film will be more about world governments demanding accountability and oversight of superheroes instead of that they reveal their true identity to the authorities. So that is the difference. So it will be totally different to this. Also Zemo, aka Daniel Bruhl's character, is not in the comic. So there's gonna be an international thing instead of just a national one. But yeah, I've been talking way too long. I've read these 4 graphic novels, so that's a wrap up for this month. I hope I can read some more next month, and yeah, I will be seeing you in the next video. Peace. But it got out